Just couldn't wait to take her out before I finished it. She's got mud in the tires. Hey, welcome back. RC Crawler Talk. On the bench today is the Class 3 Sorka build, the BRAZIN chassis Hilow, 4-wheel steer with Capra axles, all the goodies, Dravtech shocks, Dlux fab, portal trans, Dlux fab, LCG, sporty servo mounts, Holmes Hobbies servos, ESC, and winch, and Team Spec revolver. All kinds of stuff. You can see the full build. Well, I only got a couple videos in the playlist for this rig, but it gives you the gist. I've got a couple running videos. And I tell you what, this thing is a blast to drive. Having fun with it. Couldn't wait. Gotta put her down to, you know, stop getting mud and dirt all over the dang thing. But clod body, it's been cut, narrowed, really cut up, almost too far. So the first outing I had, you know, it was a little shorter wheelbase. This last outing, I had lengthened the wheelbase. 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch or so. Did a lot better. Really enjoyed it. These Squid inserts from SL3DRC, 3D printed tire foam inserts, really nice. I think they made a huge difference. So, but there's still more testing to do. She works pretty good. I like it. She's sitting about 13 1/4 inch wheelbase. Again, the inserts worked really well. The tires worked really well. These are custom cut and shuts, 1/9 landmines. It's kind of hard to tell with all the mud. The cut and shut to 2.2 rims, and they're 5 1/4 tall. The rims are the reason why we had to have these inserts custom made, because these rims are super skinny. They're 0.6 of an inch wide, so just over 1/2 inch wide, so they're super skinny. And what that does is it, you know, it squeezes everything in tighter, give more sidewall, so I'm not rubbing rim on rocks and obstacles and everything else. Got some trail damage or rock damage. I kind of figured it was going to happen. You know, it had a little piece of styrene tailgate looking thing glued on the back. You know, one rollover, it just pops off. So I gotta do something different with that. I gotta do something different with the bumper. For some reason it's just not wanting to set where I want it to. So I'll do something different with that eventually. I just can't help myself. I'm gonna go out and run it again. It did pretty good. I think I'm gonna do a couple small changes. First change I'm gonna make is I'm gonna take this upper link here at the chassis and I'm going to drop it down 1 hole. Might be, you know, getting that anti-squat up too high, so I'm going to drop that down 1 hole. But before I do that, a couple climbs I had. One particular climb, trying to get this thing to go near vertical, and it kept wanting to kind of unload. It just didn't want to stick. And then, you know, this time of year, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, rocks are cold, rocks are wet, they got some nice silty dust on them, you know, and then it rains, it just gets super slick everywhere you go. So having a light rig, and this rig with a 450 milliamp 4S and the body all attached, was less than 6 pounds. I believe it was closer to 5.5 pounds. So she's super light. And we were like a 55-45, I believe. So I'd like to get a little bit more weight up front, a little more front weight bias. So on the front, I have these super shafty brass Capra knuckles. Well, Dlux Fab just released their heavyweight portal covers. These are solid brass, and I'm surprised the package showed up and not tore up, because these things are heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Bad news is they won't fit over the super shafty brass knuckles, which is fine. It's just a cover, right? So Dlux also sells a brass knuckle. So I went ahead and bought both of them. Super nice fitment. Machine marks look good, and I like the black and not all brass. I may have to try to find a way to turn that black, but we're gonna give these a shot. I hope they're not gonna be too much for the foams, and it's gonna be, we're gonna weigh the difference between the Dlux setup and the super shafty setup. So these on the website, they listed these at 150 grams each. That's all. That's a ton. So what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to get this knuckle ripped off of here. Got all the gears, take everything out of it, clean it up, leaving the shafty aluminum cover on it. I'm going to put it on my SkyRC corner weight system, and we're going to see the difference between Dlux Fab and super shafty. All right, so there they are. So we got super shafty on the left front scale, Dlux Fab on the right front scale. Now I gutted all this. I just put the cover and the bolts back on. This is just the knuckle and the cover, no bolts. Not that they're gonna matter a whole lot. Wow. Wow. So on the left front, 2.3 ounces, that's the super shafty. 6.24 ounces for the Dlux Fab. That is all, it's like what is that, 2.5 times the weight? Holy smokes. Boy, it's gonna really squish them tires down a bit. All right, well, only one way to find out if it's going to work or not is to do it, right? So I'm going to reassemble these, throw some grease, double check all the bearings, make sure everything looks pretty. While I'm at it, I'm going to shave off this little nubbin here on the front axle, give me a little sharper turning radius, and we're going to go test it out. All right, see you in a few. All right, there she is. She's on the scales. Knuckles are installed. Big old brass portal covers installed. Where are we at? We are at 101.3 ounces, which is like 6.3, 6.4 pounds. So I bested the 6 pound mark. I don't have scale goodies in it yet. But the important thing is to get that front weight bias. And right now we're sitting at 59% in the front and 41% in the rear, 50-50 left and right. So we're sitting pretty good. The only thing to do now is to go test it out. We got some good squish on the tires. These are the fronts, obviously, compared to the backs. Not too shabby. Hopefully they won't be too heavy for them and really throw them off. All right, so I'm gonna go out and do some testing on it tomorrow, and then we'll finish this video up with some little run footage, and I'll let you know how I feel about it. All right, so that wasn't the running video that I was really attempting and shooting for. I got out on the rocks this last weekend and plugged the first battery in. No steering, front or rear. Both servos clapped out. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with that. I did have some backup servos, so I threw those in just to get a little, you know, stair test run video like I said I was going to. So it did a lot better on the stair climb, I tell you that. It worked. I didn't adjust the rear links. I just put the front weights, front knuckles on and then ran it. So we got a scale comp coming up this weekend, and I will be hopefully getting some good footage there. See some difference. And if I want to prove it, I'll adjust the rear links at that point. So there you have it. That's going to be the update for this C3 build so far. Obviously, still got to get scale points and interior and all that jazz. Got some decent tire squish, so those things are definitely heavy, and it did improve on the stairs. So, with that being said, that's it for this video. Next video, I'm going to go over the Class 1 truck. It's complete. It's done. Pointed out. I even got a driver. So, my first actual full-figure driver in a scale circuit class. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hope it's not too boring, and hopefully we'll get some more reels and shorts and full-on running video of this thing. And we'll just keep improving it and keep finishing it. Someday I may actually get paint on it. All right. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next week.